Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Call Me Carson. So this was a pretty big situation that unfolded in the last few days, and Call Me Carson is officially making his return to the platform, and it appears that he's going to kind of try to, I guess, resume his career and move forward from everything that happened. If you did not know, Call Me Carson had some pretty shocking allegations thrown against him. He ended up getting kind of canceled over it, over these inappropriate messages and whatnot that he had been sending. For a while, it looked like maybe his career would be permanently damaged, if not outright completely destroyed, but he ended up uploading a apology quote-unquote video, which it really wasn't an apology video, late on August 25th, which means that this is now officially, about, 36, 40 hours old, something like that. And it wasn't like your traditional, I guess, YouTube apology video. Obviously, when a lot of YouTubers, I guess, end up in some form of controversy, the first thing that they do is they upload, like, a 15-minute video hugging their dog, crocodile tears. I don't really know how I'm going to start this video, guys. And they do that, right? So this was actually a very direct video called Moving Forward. It's about a minute and a half long, and in it, Carson kind of announces that he's making his comeback and that over the next year, he will be donating 100% of all of the money that he earns to charity, with a new charity, I guess, being selected every single month to kind of, help, turn this whole negative situation into a positive, I guess, to paraphrase him. And it's kind of created, this massive, I guess, controversy again, in a way, okay? I will say on YouTube, it is quite well received. This video and the message were very well received. The likes heavily outweigh the dislikes. The comments are very supportive and encouraging and everything. However, the reaction on Twitter seems to be a little bit more divided. A lot of people, of course, did defend Carson and his comeback, but a lot of people also were pretty mad about it. A lot of people thought that he kind of shedded responsibility for what happened in favor of promoting his return and trying to quote-unquote sweep everything away by announcing this whole charity thing and whatnot. So I kind of just want to spend this video talking about the entire situation and the ramifications and, both sides, I guess, when it comes down to this whole thing. Now, I honestly think that it was a pretty decent comeback, you know what I'm saying? I mean, donating 100% of your earnings for the next year is a pretty, nice thing to do. That's definitely generous. And the truth of the matter is most creators, if in this situation, would never commit to doing something like this. I mean, 100% of all of your money over the next year, like imagine working for free at work and all your money going to charity. Most people would not do that. They would not accept that because that is pretty crazy. So, I mean, the fact that he's doing that, I think is a good thing regardless of what happened. However, a lot of people are saying that it's a way for him to kind of cop out responsibility by, saying, oh, I donated to charity or I raised money for charity, whatnot. I can see why people think that, but honestly, I do think that this is a little bit more genuine than the average, YouTuber apology / comeback, because that is a lot to commit to, and that is a lot of work to commit to and a lot of effort. So anyways, I guess the entire return itself was kind of a topic for debate. So of course, people did defend Carson. A lot of his fans supported everything that's kind of going on. But there's also been a lot of negative talk, I guess, about this entire thing. And that's kind of what I want to focus in on. So a lot of people just simply don't think that Carson should be allowed to come back in general because of the allegations. They think that his career should be ended. And a lot of people also kind of want to see, it seems like, some sort of public spectacle made out of Call Me Carson for this whole thing. Now, my thing is we've seen other creators do way worse, right? Like, Call Me Carson got in trouble for the messages he was sending, sexting and things like that. Of course, I get that, right? People got mad about it. We understand, right? We get what happened here, but let's not forget that other creators have been in trouble for way, way worse things than what Call Me Carson did, and they have walked away relatively unscathed. I mean, James Charles is a great instance. I mean, how many times has James Charles been caught, texting a minor, saying some weird shit, not, putting in the effort to figure out if they're of age, saying some psychotic shit, basically. That's happened like 8 or 9 times, it seems like. I feel like it's happened at least half a dozen times. Like, I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but James Charles has basically had more, fucking weirdo allegations against him than Tom Brady has won the Super Bowl. That motherfucker's carrying half a dozen allegations on his hand like he's MJ with his rings, right? Like, come on, bro. And let's not forget people like Mini Lad, okay? Mini Lad basically brushed everything off, put out a piss poor apology. And yeah, sure, he's not as popular or as hyped up as he was, but he's still got his YouTube channel, even though he's not uploaded, I guess, since his whole apology, but he's still got his channel and everything. He can make a comeback at some point, and I'm pretty sure it may happen. We may see a mini lad return someday. Let's not also forget about EDP445, who quite literally got caught in person trying to meet an underage child that he had been sexting and sending horrible shit to in order to literally have a relationship with this child, and openly admitted that he was basically a fucking pedophile. And 3 days after he got canceled, he was working on a fucking website and people were sticking up for it and shit like that, right? We've seen this happen with other creators on a way worse scale. And, people just forget about this shit. They just stop caring. After like 3 days, when they find something new to watch or like see or get mad about, these people just stop giving a fuck about these things. But now all of a sudden, people are trying to make the argument that Call Me Carson, can't make a comeback or is not allowed back on the platform or whatever. I don't know about that, man. I mean, a lot of this also comes back on what has also happened. So from what I understand, he's also gone to therapy. So Call Me Carson has apparently gone to therapy independently to like work through these issues, to like try and better himself, okay? And that alone is like miles ahead of what a lot of these content creators would do. That's miles and light years ahead of what you're gonna fucking see out of, most of these people getting caught doing shit that can get them canceled. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, what else are you supposed to do? Like, these people are mad, apparently, that he went to therapy and, like, made all these changes and stuff like that. Which, to me, like, that shows personal growth. And I feel like that's a pretty important element. Because if, like, you can take a situation like this and better yourself out of it, I feel like you should be forgiven to a certain extent, right? And when it really comes down to it, man, I feel like a lot of people in this whole situation just kind of want to see Call Me Carson burn for the sake of seeing it. I feel like, a lot of these people who don't want him to make this comeback or anything, they really only want to have that happen so that they can fucking throw Call Me Carson's career to the lions and just watch somebody else get hurt. I mean, because you got to think about it, right? Like, when these people, when, like, they cancel somebody or whatever, like, they're like, oh, well, we want somebody, like, this person to take accountability. We want this person to show personal growth and, like, show that they're not the same person. They got to take accountability for what they did and apologize. Well, apparently Call Me Carson apologizes directly to the victims and then makes a bunch of personal change, but that's still not good enough. So at that point, it just kind of proves that a lot of these people don't actually care about the situation, and they really just kind of want to see somebody's career get fucking ruined, which I think is kind of fucked up, right? I think that's kind of insane, but it just doesn't surprise me. Like I said, YouTube was pretty receptive, I guess, of Carson's apology, but Twitter was very split on the whole subject. Now, one thing I will say is, Call Me Carson had created a lot of issues, honestly, for some of his friends, right? This whole situation was not easy on the people around him either, and from what I understand, Carson has not really apologized to these people, and, that definitely is something that should be done, because these people, they didn't deserve to get shit for being associated with Carson while this happened. These people didn't deserve to have people, fucking trying to cancel them too or being mad at them for something that they didn't even do, right? So yeah, I do think that Carson should apologize to those people, but what really gets me is it seems like a lot of people who are just spectators in this situation want Carson to make a public apology to satisfy their own egos, to satisfy their own personal worth, I guess. Like, it really feels to me like a lot of these people only want to see a public apology out of Carson, not, to create closure with the victims or to create closure in the situation and to move on, but so that they can say that they got him to fucking apologize. And then at the end of the day, man, let's be real here. If Carson came out and did a public apology for all this and, he fucking put on his little sob story, sad piano music, most of these people crying on Twitter that they didn't get an apology wouldn't have even fucking accepted it. Like, they would have seen this and, all of a sudden they'd have been, oh, his apology isn't genuine. Oh, this isn't, good enough for me. We're already seeing that. He didn't even apologize and actually showed, like, personal growth and change, and it still wasn't fucking good enough for these people. So it's pretty apparent to me that, like, this public apology people are clamoring for is to satisfy their own fucking egos, because people online for some reason like to sit themselves in this position where, like, if something happens to someone else that they don't like or that they don't agree with, they somehow perpetually become the fucking victim in the first place, right? Like, they put themselves in that victim seat and they're like demand an apology for something that didn't even fucking involve them, right? Like, I don't feel like Carson owes me an apology for something he did to other people. I don't think that he owes an apology to his fans. I don't think he owes an apology to his viewers or to anyone, really, that wasn't involved. Because, people are like, oh, he should apologize to the fans that stuck by him. Why? because they like somebody on a fucking screen. If something happened to me, right, I wouldn't expect for my fans to just instantaneously defend me at all costs, right? If I'm in the wrong, you know, people can say that. People have the right to criticize shit that I say and do. That's fine. I don't care. But to use this whole, oh, I have the Call Me Carson fan club card as an excuse to try and draw an apology for yourself doesn't really work, because you're not a victim of what happened. If you weren't one of the victims of Call Me Carson's situation, then why the fuck are you owed an apology? Once again, because you watch this guy on YouTube and Twitch or whatever? You don't even know Carson, okay? You don't know him personally, have no personal connection with this guy other than when a notification comes on your phone, you click it. Therefore, no, his fans are not owed an apology, okay? They support him conditionally. They support him on their own terms. And they were not victims. So no, that's fucking stupid in the first place too. Honestly, it's been a pretty massive situation in all reality, and it feels like a lot of people are taking this situation and turning it into something that it's not, you know, to try and benefit themselves so that they can feel better by getting an apology. I think that what Carson did was absolutely, a pretty big step forward, you know? I think that he fixed a lot of the wrongs, maybe, by what he did. I mean, obviously, he can't take back what he did that got him canceled in the first place, but I think I'll take someone going to therapy, fixing their own problems as a person, donating a whole year's worth of their income to charities, and apologizing directly to the people that they affected before I take them putting out a generic twitlonger on their fucking Twitter. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus Well, watching the Call Me Carson return, and signing out.